Alright, let me just grab it out of the safe, providing I can get it open. Here goes. Come on. Alright, let's try this again. Nothing. Come on, you're embarrassing me. I'm trying to make a YouTube video here. How about a little angle grinder persuasion? Last chance. Be nice. Hold my breath. Finally. Guess we can put the grinder down now. And I think it's time I call a locksmith, because this is getting progressively worse. Hi, I have a Winchester safe. I've been having issues getting it open. Okay. You can get me a new keypad and lock. 1 to 2 days. Sounds good. And you'll call to set up an appointment to replace it. Alright. Thanks a lot. Bye. Well, that was easy. The locksmith ought to be calling any day now. Wait. This might be him. Hello? Nah. Just calling me about my car's extended warranty. Man, those people are relentless. Okay, I guess I'm doing this myself. Amazon, electronic lock, add to cart, check out. Should be here in a couple days. Pretty fast, huh? Let's hope it's the right one. We will find out shortly. Okay, looks like the first thing we need to do is pop these 4 caps off to get to the screws. And there's 4. Next, take a drill. This just lifts up and set it out of the way. Alright, it was at this point that I realized I bought the wrong lock for my safe, and what I got's not going to work. This is completely different. So now that I'm in here, I'm going to show you how to remove this, and my plan was to pull it out and completely disable the lock mechanism, and I figured for the time being I would just let this out. That way I could at least close the safe, and you know, even though it doesn't lock, but I could close it, turn the handle until I got a replacement for it. The first thing is we're in the open position because we just opened the door, and to access the screws for this we have to be in the lock position. So we'll turn the handle over. So now once we have this over, it'll line up that you can access a screw in here, one in here, and then this one it's easiest to get to. So we're going to need to pull those 3 out to get our little lock actuator out. Okay, now I got all 3 screws out. So we're gonna release this. This kind of comes down. Actually, let's get this out of here. Whoop. This should sneak right out past that spring. This metal bracket comes off, and I'm just gonna set this up here for now. Okay, so now we got our little solenoid out of the way, little lock mechanism that's been sticking, and I'm gonna go ahead and unplug this so we can take this to the workbench and I'll show you how I fixed it. Okay, now at this point what you really want to pay attention to, and don't get sidetracked while you're doing this. Hey man, what's up? What are you working on? Oh, hey. Nah, I'm just trying to fix my gun safe. Let me close this door and I'll grab you a beer. Hand me that grinder. Is this spring-loaded contraption right here is your like anti-theft device. So if we got this in here, bolted into place, and somebody tries to drill or punch this out, when this flies out of the way, this is going to get down, and that locks you from physically being able to open this safe. It's not going anywhere. If that happens, you're going to be having a bad day. So what I recommend immediately, before you do anything when you're at this point, is go ahead and I would get this back in here and then run one screw in there. That way now there's no way for that to fly down and permanently lock you out of your safe. Okay, now that I have everything laid out where you can see it, I'm going to show you how I fixed this little lock actuator. So there's a little pin right here that's what is allowing this to work. When this goes in, it allows this to drop out of the way. In my case, this was sticking, so all I did, there's a little screw right here. Now be careful, this is spring loaded. Put your finger over that so it doesn't fly out. So drop that little screw out of the way, and you can see, pull this little plunger out. That's all there is to that. Alright, now be careful. This spring it's pretty dainty, so you don't want to lose that, because that's needed to make that work. Alright, so now that I have that out, all I did was saturate that little guy in alcohol, clean it up real good. So if you're a fisherman like me, you've probably heard of this stuff or used it, but I spray my reels down with it. Basically I just spray the whole reel. Helps reduce line memory, and it just helps your fishing reels perform better. It's really good stuff. So, you know, I'm standing there trying to figure out how to fix this, and I look over on my bench and I'm like, probably the best stuff to try. Can't see down in there, but it's a pretty simple mechanism. So I give it a little shot right in where I pulled the little actuator pin out, wipe up some of the excess, drop your spring down in, a little bit on this, nice coating, drop that in there. Bear with me, this stuff's tiny. So once you have your spring in there and your little pin, you got to make sure, and you start your screw, you got to make sure this washer is over top. Show you here as soon as I tighten this down. So that's just a little keeper. So that washer keeps this from coming out, just a little stop. So you can tell already, just with me spraying it with some Real Magic, that's working much better. So I'm just gonna snug this screw up a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Just don't want that coming back out. And then for the heck of it, I'm gonna just give a little shot down in here, and should be good as new. Okay, now's a great time to test it out and make sure it's working. So we're gonna plug this back in. Alright, that's locked, so we're hoping now that we cleaned and lubricated that, it works a little better. It should should go in and allow that to drop. I'm going to put my key code in and make sure that it works. Heard that release. There we go. Alright, let me do that one more time. Heard it release. You should hear it latch. Right there. No longer sticking. Good as new. When I went online to research what was going on with my Winchester safe, I did find quite a few people having the same exact issue. So before you call a locksmith or try to get a hold of the manufacturer, maybe you're having the same problem I was, this might fix you up, and it didn't cost me anything because I already had a can of realmagic sitting on my bench. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you later. No!